Hey, friends and family. Just wanted to thank you for your continual support and prayers and always being there when I need you. I know everybody's always quick to respond and keeping us in prayers. And, God is so good. I was just reminded of something a couple of years back, or I should say maybe, 25 or so years ago. Maybe less, I don't know, but God took me to work at a school called EBENEZER. And as I finished this 10-mile walk, I was thinking about that, and I remembered Ebenezer and the meaning of the word Ebenezer. It was Samuel who set up that little memory of God's victory for the Israelites. And now as I look at it, I think God was letting me know that He was going to give me victory. And He has, and He always does. And no matter what's happened in my life, God has always given me victory. For those who are probably guessing what I'm doing, yes, I am driving and maybe shouldn't be doing this, but I know that if I don't do it now, I will not have the courage to do it. I really don't like talking on Facebook to begin with. But anyways, don't worry, my eyes are on the road. But just wanted to encourage you that, our God is all in all. And God remains God in spite of our circumstances, in spite of anything and everything we could ever go through. Our God remains God. He is faithful. He is our strength. He is our comfort. He is our rock. He is our everything. Allow Him to be your everything today. No matter where you need Him or how you need Him, He can be there for you. I thank my God for being there for us through this ugly tragedy. 6 years ago, my baby brother, as many of you know, was murdered along with his girlfriend and her daughter. And I think it's been one of the biggest trials in our lives. And 6 long years of waiting for justice to be served was very hard. It was very hard watching month after month, going through the court system and having to sit there and watch the guy that killed my brother and his girlfriend and her daughter. But God had a purpose in that. He has taught me so many lessons that I could never have learned. And I think the greatest one of all is the one I want to share with you. And I pray that you would learn it without God having to put you through a trial to learn it. As Christians, God calls us to forgive. And He gave us a perfect example in His Son when He gave His life for us. We all need His forgiveness because we have all sinned, as His word says, and come short of the glory of God. But He also calls us to forgive. And I know that God has forgiven me of many, many sins. And through this trial, I remember very clear the day that I was at the police station the day after my brother was murdered, and they called me in to talk to me and told me that many of you have heard this, that they had news for me. The first one was good news that the guy had been caught after running into Mexico. And the second one was that I needed to leave the place where I was standing because they were getting ready to bring him in. And it may not be a good thing for me to see him. And at that point, I think is when I learned the hardest lesson, or I guess the biggest challenge in my life. And that is the challenge to forgive. Because during that time, it's like those times when in a few seconds so many things go through your mind. And you know what was going through my mind is everything that had just happened. And you know what? I believe God asked me a question, and He asked me, do you believe that I can forgive? And of course I believe. I've taught this for many years, not only for myself but for others. And at that point, I turned and told the detective that was talking to me that I would like to speak to this man as they brought him in. And of course, he probably thought I wanted to hurt him or tell him things that would have been very well justified. But at that point, my words to him were, you know what, I want to let this man know that we forgive him and that my brother forgives him, and I truly believe that. And when the man looked at me, he looked at me as I was crazy, I guess. But like I told him, you know, I have to do this. I have to do this, and it's more of a selfish thing than anything else. Because as I told him, you know, for many years I have been preaching and teaching about a Christ that can forgive sins and restore lives. And, you know, I said, if I'm going to believe that, then I need to believe it for Him. That when He says in His word that for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him will not perish but have everlasting life. That also includes Luis Solis, who killed my brother. And you know what? I believe that God forgave my sins, my many, many sins. And if I'm going to believe that He forgave my sins, then I need to believe that He also forgives His sins. And at that point, I said to myself, if I can't do this, I will go home, I will throw away my Bible and never, ever again speak forgiveness again to anyone. And God gave me the strength to do that because it was the right thing to do, because it was what He wanted me to do. And ever since that day, I felt the freedom I have never felt before. And I know that many of you might be in a place where you might need to forgive to feel the freedom that you need in your life. So I encourage you today to learn to forgive. God forgave you when He forgave me, but He also forgave those that despitefully use us and wrong us, sometimes every single day. So I encourage you, forgive. It will set you free. Get out of that prison cell because you have the only key that's going to let you out. So I'm here at my next destination. You know, our life is a continual life of worship and praise and warfare. So I consider what I just went through a little bit of warfare there. It wasn't very easy to get through. But now we continue with worship and enjoyment. And I'm here to see my son, the championship game, which I will show you. Let me see. Yeah. I'm at a little park. I don't even know the name of it. And I don't know if you're going to believe this, but even as I'm talking to you, I had no idea where I was coming. And turned and came right to the place where he's at. And there he is, number 5. He's having his championship game. And there he is, Anthony. And now I'm going to enjoy watching my son and then go home and enjoy my family. And there's my little baby right there running to me. So you see, our life is not always warfare. It's full of worship. It's full of praise. Hi, baby.
What is this?
And here, you can have it.
Thanks.
And God is good. Come here. God is good. And I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you for watching. Sorry for keeping this long video, but I'm glad I did. And I pray that you guys have a blessed day and that God would give you the strength to overcome whatever battles you might be going through today. God bless my family and friends. Love you all.